What is going on, everyone? Hi there, my name is Mitch, and I'm an alcoholic. And before we continue with this daily reflection, I would love it if you would hit the like button and leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you care to know more about recovery and listen to these daily reflections that I like to share. All right, this one is titled, A Priceless Gift. By this time, in all probability, we have gained some measure of release from our more devastating handicaps. We enjoy moments in which there is something like real peace of mind. To those of us who have hitherto known only excitement, depression, or anxiety, in other words, to all of us, this newfound peace is a priceless gift from 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Also, there's a word in there that I had to look up, hitherto. Hitherto means until now or until the point in time under discussion. Little definition education for you there. And it continues. I am learning to let go and let God, to have a mind that is open and a heart that is willing to receive God's grace in all my affairs. In this way, I can experience the peace and freedom that comes as a result of surrender. It has been proven that an act of surrender originating in desperation and defeat can grow into an ongoing act of faith. And that faith means freedom and victory. So for me, I'm taking that as even though I have a pretty large chunk of sobriety, I'm still learning every day. I'm still growing every day, emotionally, spiritually, and just recently I'm understanding more psychologically of ways I need to grow. I'm more aware of my psychological defects that still continue to mess me up and cause damage in my life, and that is still fear of rejection, wanting to fit in, codependency, abandonment issues. And that codependency has gotten better, but these are things that I realize I still have to work on, even with all that time, because I continue to make mistakes and I have to fix those mistakes. And that's very important because I can't grow unless I do these things. And unfortunately, I'm the type of person that makes mistakes until I grow. These are still handicaps that can be detrimental to my sobriety and devastating to myself and, more importantly, to people in my life. And I've noticed I am a very good person and I care and love people so much and just want to help people. So why is it that I'm hurting those closest to me? It makes no sense to me, and that's why I'm digging in deeper into my inner self and looking at myself and why I'm doing these things. I have to be courageous and I have to be brave and admit these mistakes. I have to accept the fact that I am flawed. And that's the only way I'm going to learn. That's the only way I'm going to change. I can't hide any of these things. I can't make excuses for why I've done these things. None of that stuff matters. The thing that matters is that I did do these things. We can all make up any excuse in the book why we want to do things, and especially if we don't talk to anyone about it. We're real good at just making a reason up in our mind and making that the truth. And most likely it's something that's not true. And that leads to why communication is very important. We very much like to take things that aren't for sure and make them a definite thing. So we take uncertainties and make them certain. And that justifies our actions and the way we want to behave and do things. Because then it makes us right. And that feeds our ego. Not that an ego is bad, but a big inflated ego and selfishness and only looking out for yourself and wanting to get what makes you feel happy at the expense of others is not right. And I've done that. And I will not do that again because I know the pain I've caused and I know the pain it's caused me. And that's just not who I am. There is a freedom in that surrender. There is a feeling in that letting go and just admitting these things that you've done. And sometimes it takes us to get exposed to admit them. And for me, that's what has happened. I can't say I'm not perfect because I've been saying that a lot. And that is also an excuse, a defense mechanism when I'm like, well, I'm only a human. That's justifying it. We're all humans. Does that mean we're all allowed to do that? No, that doesn't mean that. That means I'm still secretly making an excuse for why I did what I did and not getting to the bottom of why I did what I did. But back to that feeling of surrender. It is such a good feeling. And you might not want to admit some of these things. And that's why it's important to have a sponsor and, admit these things to yourself and to another and to your higher power. Because there is that priceless gift that you get and that freedom you get when you let it go and you feel it. It's not in you anymore. And I have to be that way. When I mess up, that's the moment I can instantly change. You don't wait. You instantly change. You dive deep into why you did that and you fix yourself. You don't sit in that shame, because you sit in that shame and guilt, then you are really putting yourself in a sketchy situation of a relapse. And, no longer the time it takes for me to do the thing and realize that I messed up, that's how much time you got to fix it. You got to start working on it. That's the only way. It doesn't mean you're going to fix the situation that you caused. That's out of your control. Just like the Serenity Prayer, you cannot change that, but you can change yourself and you could change your future, and you are not stuck as that person. Just the same way as you're not that person anymore when you quit drinking. You're no longer that drunk. You might still have addictions and feelings for it for a while. That can leave as well and will leave. But you are no longer that person, and you know it. And I think that's why a lot of us do seek this help, because we don't want to be miserable. We don't want to be mean. We don't want to be selfish and hurt people. We're all humans and we're all connected. And we just have to make those changes, But back to what I was saying, don't label yourself as that forever, because you're not. You cannot say you are something forever. When you accept that, you're done. If you accept something about yourself, you're done. So if you are going to choose to accept something about yourself, accept the fact that you are special. You deserve love. You deserve to have an awesome life and be there for people and enjoy the short time on earth. Because love is what it's all about. Companionship. We're all here to help each other and make our lives better. We make lives easier when we do things the right way. So if you're going to define yourself as a winner, as someone who wants to learn and change and become a better person, a better boyfriend, husband, father, sister, brother, any of it, worker, just a better human being in general. And just remember to let go and let God. Just trust the process. And even if you don't believe in God, continue to do the right things and you will see your life change. And yes, there are going to be bad times that still come. That's just life, and you just learn how you're going to deal with them. Are you going to let them defeat you, or are you going to learn from them? I'm going to learn from them, be humble, admit to my mistakes, take full responsibility for my mistakes, and do not repeat them again. And that's all we can do. And I hope you guys like that. I hope you got something from that as well. Again, please subscribe to my channel. I wish you guys all the best. Leave comments below. Let me know what you think. Maybe you could share with me what your perception of a higher power is, because that's a very big topic in the halls a lot, and just in life in general. Like, what do you consider your higher power? All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Love you. One day at a time. Peace.